Hello and welcome to MetalVice in 666. I'm your host, Brian, joining the other host,
Karen.
And for this episode, we're going to be talking about some newish news for us anyway in the news.
Chicago news, yeah.
In Chicago news, that the Salt Shed ownership, or whoever owns that venue, is looking to buy some new land near the venue.
Yes.
Just like north of the venue or something?
Yeah, so just north, like literally across the road north is, I guess, 5 acres, according to the articles that we've read, that they use now for parking.
Yes.
But they're going to purchase that to build an outdoor festival grounds.
And the article that I'm seeing here, which we'll put in the description as well, it says something like it's a $60 million to $70 million project to renovate that. I'm assuming that also includes land purchase price as well.
Possibly. Yeah,
the article doesn't really say how much they're buying the land for. But yeah, it's going to be like a whole complex now, not just the salt shed area and the fairgrounds that's outside, but now this other sort of open area, which I think they're quoted saying something like they envision it as like a fairground more than they do a complex or something like that.
Which is crazy because they already call it the fairgrounds for the outdoor type venue aspect of things. But yeah, they're saying like envisioning the whole place to be like a fairgrounds, I guess. So.
Because right now there's a road that separates where the salt shed is now and where this venue is. It goes into sort of like a dead end where the river is, and that's where Goose Island, the new location, is as well. I'm wondering how this is all going to shape up and look, because thinking about it now in my head, it kind of has a similar vibe to where Summerfest is in Milwaukee, where it's that whole long complex where they have a bunch of buildings, a bunch of stages, and whatnot. So I can kind of see it being that.
Yeah,
but
much smaller though.
Yeah, but it'd be very weird to have Goose Island in that back spot.
So, yeah, when just recently, or just right before we started recording, I had that same exact thought. Is like, was it a good idea for Goose Island to move there?
Yeah,
because they were up by we call it Clybourne, or like the Clybourne area, which it was technically off of Clybourne.
I think the location was north in Clybourne.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, but it's not really on North Avenue in Clybourne. It's
it is
like,
not. No,
it's north of that, and it's like in like a little shopping center thing. But anyways, so that's where they were at, and then they closed that and moved to the Salt Shed,
which was also their original facility. So when they moved from their original brew house, I'm pretty sure it was their original brew house, Goose Island, to where they're at now. I was like, why the fuck would you leave your original home?
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant the Salt Shed was their original. I'm like, they were there? What are you talking about?
No, that old place they were at.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, now if it's sort of like a built-in surrounding area, it's going to be difficult possibly for people to get back there.
Yeah, in my mind, like if you are having a festival. So, okay, anyways, let's, when we first heard about this, let's backtrack a little bit.
Yeah.
Where I was like, oh, that's really cool. Because they're saying that the new venue, or the new 5 acres, they're envisioning it to hold up to 15,000 people for like outdoor festivals. I saw one article that said they're hoping to hold 30 to 40 events a year, which is
really?
Crazy.
Wow.
But I mean, they're calling it hosting Street Fest there and farmers markets and stuff like that there. Farmers market there would be really cool.
That would be fun, yeah.
It's not convenient for us, but it'd be cool. So anyways, so when we first heard about this, I think earlier this week or late last week, I can't remember. We had talked about how, that's really cool because they could have 3 stages then. They have their indoor
current fairground.
Yes, they have the current fairground, and then they have the indoor venue as well that is already existing. And then if they build this 15,000 person festival area, then they could have another stage, which could technically be like their headlining stage. Yep. Especially if you're having 15,000 people, you wouldn't want one of the other stages be headlining because then you have crowd control and all that stuff. But anyways, so we were talking about like that, like, just shut down the whole area, have people be able to go between or whatever. But as we're talking, like we talked about that, I didn't even think about Goose Island being there when we were talking about this a couple of days ago. So thinking about it now, it's like, that's not really conducive for Goose Island to be there, to shut that whole area down.
Yeah.
Because if you're just a patron wanting to go to Goose Island, how do you...
Right, exactly. How are you gonna get between this big area like these? Yeah. I would envision them blocking off that, like basically taking over that road and getting rid of it.
Oh yeah, I mean they shut it down now anyways, when concerts are going on, and they funnel traffic. And stuff.
So I can see them getting rid of that road and just having a big open sort of fairground area. And then you're exactly right. How the fuck do people get in from outside of the concert to Goose Island? The other thing that I've been thinking they were going to do ever since they opened this and they haven't done yet is adding a water taxi stop right there, because the river is right there. The casino is going to be built further on down the road. So like it'd make a perfect spot for like a water taxi to come up, drop you off, and that road would be a perfect spot. It looks like they have the infrastructure already in place to do stuff like that. So I don't know why they don't have more of that kind of stuff. And maybe with this renovation of this plot, maybe they're going to add in more of like a waterway to get in and out of as well. But yeah, back to like the Goose Island thing. That seems like a really weird sort of thing now. How long is Goose Island going to be there?
Right.
Which, again, we've talked about too, of why doesn't Goose Island have a door out into the fairgrounds to like sell directly in? Yeah. Which maybe the Salt Shed doesn't want that because that's taking revenue away from them and their priced beers and whatnot. So I think this is a really cool thing. I think it's great. There are some questions in my head, especially around Goose Island, that I didn't really think about. Having a 15,000, outdoor space venue now, which I think right now it's capped at like 5,500 for outdoor and like 36 for indoor events or some shit like that. Which is shocking to me. I didn't realize that many people could be at outdoor events.
Yeah, I'm just guessing that it's that whole area by the stage, or like where they park the buses and stuff now, like by the stage and everything. There's that whole area, but then I'm wondering if they count all of like where the food vendors are and stuff, if they count all that area and like kind of like a Live Nation thing where it's like we have this space so we can sell this space.
They could.
Not saying it's comfortable to watch a concert from there.
I was going to say, because I've only been to one show there. You haven't been to a show at the technical fairgrounds yet, but where the food vendors are, that's where the grandstands are going up for sort of the back of the venue. And yeah, where all those buses are now, that's where the stage is and where everybody is sort of at on the general admission area. And sure enough, you can get back to that food area, but you can't see the stage from back there.
Yeah. I mean, at House of Blues, they sell the area by the bar.
No, they do,
and you can't see the stage from there either. So.
But yeah, just our few thoughts here on this sort of news. I do like the Salt Shed. It's my second favorite venue in Chicago. Maybe my third favorite, depending on where the radius falls, but definitely number 2, at least. So I'm excited to see what they do with the space. There's some questions I have for sure, but I don't know.
I just hope with the addition to this, I mean, obviously we don't even have a date yet because they just started the contracts and stuff, but hopefully it brings more metal, like maybe a summer metal fest or something.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
I bet it's a lot of pop and
maybe
stuff,
but also like there's more metal shows now there at the Salt Shed than there have been over the last year or so. Like so there's 2. That's more. They're getting more and more for sure. But all in all, good news. It's another really cool venue, potentially new cool space that isn't owned by Live Nation. So
yes, hopefully they don't sell out. Don't sell out.
Big positive for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, many questions left to be answered. But yeah, cool news for us.
Bye.